Walker, the drive, gets inside, leans in, knocked away and stolen by Holiday. Phoenix has to foul, and a pinnacle ball throws it down. And a foul. Giannis on the
Alright y'all, welcome back to another one. Today we about to be reacting to Cosgrove again. We got a coincidence? Question mark? I think not. We'll get into the video, make sure y'all know and subscribe. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Everybody was going nuts. I was losing in the 10th frame. Had to get 3 strikes in a row in order to try to win it.
Wait, you never played for the Bucks?
I just seen this. I just watched this freaking video just seeing about this, showing about the Bucks.
What?
This is fake. Here we go with the music.
I'm sure it's pretty obvious that one of my favorite topics to tackle on this channel is NBA coincidences. And you know that sometimes those coincidences aren't really coincidences at all. I believe there has to be more to it than them just simply being coincidental, if you know what I mean. So yeah, the ones that I'm gonna talk about in this video could just be a coincidence, but like the title says, I think not. And trust me, you're gonna want to stick around till the end because you will hardly believe it. When Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns were eliminated in Game 6 of the NBA Finals, of course a lot of you guys instantly hopped on social media to see what people were talking about. I mean, so did I, but what I specifically did was go back and watch this famous State Farm commercial.
Everybody was going nuts.
That's
I was
still
losing
crazy.
in the 10th frame. Had to get 3 strikes in a row in order to try to win
Wait,
it.
you never played for the Bucks?
What?
And why is the Buck look like the same expression how Giannis looked on when CB3 pushed him? He doing that same expression.
That literally gave me goosebumps just rewatching it, and I'm sure you know why. This 2019 State Farm commercial eerily resembles the 2021 NBA Finals, because the buck in the commercial damaged Chris Paul's property just like the Milwaukee Bucks sorta damaged his legacy in real life.
You never played for the Bucks?
What?
Man, that foreshadowing was on point. Even the way the Buck had a stare down with him in the commercial looks very similar to Giannis's famous stare down. Now hold on, that wasn't the only hint hidden in this commercial. Look in the background of this part right here. Notice anything interesting? The 2 jerseys hanging up on the wall provided another crucial clue. The one on the left is obviously his New Orleans jersey, and the other, I believe, is his Wake Forest jersey. Now, what do you get when you add those numbers up? None other than 6, which is exactly how many games it took for the Bucks to win the title.
Yeah, Bucks and 6 always. That's for the culture.
And the last clue that was literally right in front of our eyes
I
was the
called
bowling ball
Bucks
that was
that you
right
had
next
that
to
2 lead.
CP3's head. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, the design on this particular ball strangely resembles the mythical Phoenix bird. This bird symbolizes resurrection and rebirth, which you could argue that his move to Phoenix also represented those things as well. And in ancient Greek and Egyptian mythology, it is associated with the sun god. So as far as I can tell, this commercial subliminally revealed the 2021 NBA Finals matchup 2 years before it even took place. There's a lot of things you can call this, but I refuse to call it just a coincidence.
Sorry.
You could argue that they always tell us the script beforehand. It's just up to us to pay close attention. Could this possibly be an example of that?
You know, when LeBron made it to the finals for the first time in his career, Chris was one of the friends who was courtside cheering him on. That was just Chris's second year in the league. And he told me, as he stood there, he told himself, well, I don't want to be watching this. I want to be doing it. So there's certainly some poetry in the fact that
It's
4
crazy.
years later, if he is going to finally make good on that goal to reach the championship round, he has to go through his friend LeBron to get that.
Basically, Rachel Nichols was mentioning how Chris Paul
They
was
just keep
sick and
saying it
tired
right
of
in front
going
of
to
your
watch
face.
LeBron play in the finals, and that he wants to be on the other side of that for once, which is totally understandable. But if you listen to what Mark Jones says right after that, it's clear that he was outright telling us what was inevitably gonna happen.
And maybe it'll be the other way around, Rachel, with LeBron visiting CP3 at the finals.
And lo and behold, he was right.
And LeBron James here, no doubt to cheer on one of his closest friends, Chris Paul.
Guys, you have to consider the fact that this was literally only the first game of the first round. So why even bring up the possibility of Chris Paul going to the finals when they didn't even know if they would get past the Lakers to begin with? Or did they? I believe he was subtly
Well, they want us. Well, of course you're gonna say that because the freaking dude they want him to go. They want him to go to the next round. You know, it's still game one. He said maybe it could be the other way, just like anybody could say any other scenario. You never know.
giving us a warning sign for his own amusement.
And maybe it'll be the other way around, Rachel, with LeBron visiting CP3 at the finals.
Sure, you could say that Mark Jones just luckily called it, but what if they plan these storylines out ahead of time? I've already touched on this one in the past, but I forgot to point out a pretty scary part. So if you've watched this video before, then you would know all about this very suspicious Lakers intro. As you can see, the intro video shows a man in a quarantine suit with a face mask. And the reason that's so significant is because this game took place in October of 2019. Pretty strange considering we barely even knew of the virus at that point in time. Alright, so the part that I for some reason missed previously and just didn't notice was the lyrics to the song they were using. Listen very carefully. Now think,
need you to back
what
up.
is the definition of social distancing? Pretty much this. They had to have chosen that song for a reason. They gave us so many clues of what was to come that night. We just didn't pay enough attention. When this whole pandemic thing became real, there wasn't really any other choice but to sit at home and pretty much watch Netflix all day. And in doing so,
This is crazy.
many
This doesn't
people
make no
came
sense.
across this Disney movie called Tangled, resulting in people quickly realizing that there are many similarities between the movie and the real-life quarantine situation we were going through. Wait until you hear this. It was discovered that the kingdom that Rapunzel was born in and kept away from by her mother is called Corona. She was basically forced to social distance herself from the kingdom. The plot of the
That's
movie
weird, you
was
can catch
basically a
that.
prediction or prophecy of what was to come. Oh, and did I mention that the movie came out all the way back in 2010? That's absolutely insane. So no wonder why people were fascinated by this discovery. Now, I bring this up because it reminded me of another spooky connection to the word corona in the NBA world.
Here we go.
You know how sometimes when you randomly browse the internet and you end up encountering something that leaves you speechless? Well, go ahead and Google Kobe and Gianna's gravesite and see what pops up for yourself. Supposedly, Kobe and his daughter are buried at Pacific View Memorial Park Cemetery. Now, if you were to go even further and search up exactly where that cemetery is located, you would see that it is located in Corona del Mar, California, which is a neighborhood in the city of Newport Beach. Now, depending how you look at it, it can either mean nothing at all or something that was no accident. You decide. Now, wait a second, that's not the only connection Kobe has to this subject. Around the time of Kobe's death, some individuals discovered that if you were to translate the English word COVID to Hebrew, you get this word. And then, if you were to take that same word and translate it back to English, you get none other than Kobe. Making many question, was Kobe Bryant's death the catalyst to all the events that transpired in the year 2020? Now, here's the strangest part. If you were to convert those words now, the word Kobe would not pop up, and instead, it would be a direct translation back to the word COVID. Supposedly, that was changed only a few days after this discovery. Is it just me, or were they trying to hide something? I guess we'll never really know. So feel free to let me know some other coincidences that at the same time seem like they could be more than just a coincidence. Make sure to comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
They ain't gonna just change what
Thanks for
somebody was talking
watching.
about, so they know somebody know now. That's crazy. What the heck? Some of these ain't no coincidence, bro. Like it's literally right there. But hey, make sure y'all like and subscribe. I'll see y'all at the next one.